everybody, my name is Adam5826 and welcome to part 2 of how to make a Finance of a Quiz Fangame tutorial. Now, originally this video was going to be covering sprites, but I've seen a lot of requests on doing battlers. Also, sprites is going to take a long time, and you've already probably been waiting like a month for this video, so might as well get it done. Right now, on screen, I have pulled up a battler for my game, Phantom BB Switch Realistic Adventure. You see, a lot of battlers, what they tend to do is they go all out with effects. Like, for example, they'd go and do like motion blur and just go, just crank that up. They do stuff like this. But tell me, which looks better, this or just this? Because in my opinion, this is a lot cleaner and looks a lot better in game. And honestly, that's how a lot more people should be doing the battlers. So I'm just gonna give a basic rundown on how to make battlers, because in all honesty, there is no right way or wrong way to make battlers. Battlers can be as simple as, you know, what this is from Complete Collection. It just has like a slight like border around it, or it could just be, you know, like some battlers, which have crazy effects and this and that all over them to make them look real special, which in all honesty is very not needed. So, since this is for VXAs, you see, this is the max size battler can be 544 by 296. I do believe. I think this is right. So, we're going to make a new file that's that size. Okay? Just delete that. Okay, so let's say, for example, I wanted to make a battler out of, you know, this Pepsi can, right? Okay, so we'll want to scale it down. If it looks a bit blurry, you can try like some of the other things. That's too crisp. So let's say we wanted this, right? That's a tad bit big. Also, if you're resizing, if you grab one of the corners and hold shift, it keeps it proportionate so it doesn't like stretch out or anything. So that's about right. Okay, so there's some pretty simple stuff we can do to make this look better. First off, the go-to thing is to go up here and use outline object. Now, something I forgot to mention in my face set tutorial, which I'm going to be remaking that video because it's absolute ass. It's that these, you need a plugin to get these, and I will have the plugin linked down in the description below if you want to go and get it. So we're going to go to outline object. Okay, see, now what I typically do is I put this to 250 just because that looks good. And then what's it good with? Probably about 2. Yeah, about 2. You can make this whatever you want. I want to make it black just so it's easier to see on the screen. And you know, honestly, you could just end it there. That's a battler in itself, but we're not going to. I want to show you some examples of what people do. So like, if you want to have this effect where you just have things coming off of it, you can use fragment, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest, fragment doesn't look that good. And you can also like adjust the opacity of it if you go here. If you're gonna do it, like make it a bit less noticeable. There you go. But let's say you want to make something like this, right? So what you can do is, okay, so I have a render here that I made. Let's say I want to make it like this. How can I make it like this? Okay, so just... I gotta start up one drive. Okay, so we take this and we bring it over here, right? It's a bit big, so we can just down scale it, and there we go. We got like a decent size. Maybe make it a tad bit bigger. Why is it? Yeah, there we go. Maybe make it a tad bit bigger. Shit, that's fine actually. I think I keep it like that. Okay, there we go. Right. So what we can start off with doing is by adding in the fragment effect, which I showed. So blurs fragment, and we want it about like there, probably. Just turn it past each tad bit. And then what you want to do, oh shit, I forgot to mention, if you do have that, you want to create a blank layer and then put it down on top of it so that whenever you put it together, it doesn't make this transparent. So then what we want to do is we want to come over here to gradient, right? And then you want to hit this, the color mode, and make it transparent. So that way, whenever you do it, it makes stuff transparent. So what you want to do is you want to come down to the bottom and do it. Now, like with rescaling, you'll want to hold shift while you're doing this, because if you do, it'll make it have a straight line instead of it just being like, wow. You want it to be a straight line. You want to come down to like the bottom and just do it till it looks about right. How's this look? Maybe bring that down a bit. There we go. And there you go, Valor. Perfect. Now, honestly, I wouldn't keep this background. As you can see here, I didn't really have that. Now, if I want to do something like that, what I could do is, instead of doing that, I could duplicate this, come over here, and do a blur. Like a gosh, blur. And then that. There you go, you got your blur. And if you want it to be black, you can just come over here and just like brightness, contrast. And then come down, do the same thing with the gradient. There you go. Valor. Perfect. Now there is some other things you can do, I guess. But a lot of things, it gets to the point where it's just messy. The fragment and everything, fine. But like, after you get to a certain point, it just starts getting messy and looks bad. It honestly, with most Valors, just do a simple outline if you want to do anything, and it looks fine. But if you go like all out with effects, especially for like just a normal enemy, it just looks tacky and doesn't look good. If you want to do that for like a final boss, fine, I don't care. Like just a boss in general, that's fine. But for like a standard enemy, like I said, just doesn't look good. Anyway, that's as basic of a tutorial as you can get on this. Really, I don't know what else to put without like going into like all the special effects, like I said. You can do other things, because honestly, like I said, a Valor can be whatever you want. It doesn't, there's no like real guidelines on what it should be or how it should look. All I can do is give you like a quick rundown on some tips and tricks, which I really didn't even do here, but whatever. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, subscribe. Also, I stream on this channel occasionally, play Minecraft, so if you like that, you should watch my streams. Please watch them, I put a lot of effort into them. Anyway, goodbye.